episode 26 of the Hard Stuff with Bailey and Caleb. 26, even number, your pick.
It is.
So,
and
let's
we
get into
have
it.
something, nothing but the highest quality for this show. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it from here. It's a plastic bottle. So that just screams class right there.
The funny thing is this bottle, we're going big today. We have 1.14 liters.
Wow. So what is that? A third of a gallon?
4 cups and a bit.
Yeah, I think it's a third of a gallon.
But the 2.6 version of this was there. And this was like, they had it on the display shelf for like a spring special kind of thing.
Oh, so you know it's going to be trash.
So the cheaper, or the smaller one, sorry, was $4 cheaper for 750 mils.
So like half. Almost.
Yeah.
Just,
like the
just
amount.
over half. Yeah, just over half for $4 less.
So it's like, okay. And
Yeah.
the smaller one was a glass bottle, though.
That's because people know, they know that people are only buying this to party, not to actually enjoy.
Well, and it's a mix. So what we have is, it looks like the brand is Icebox, maybe. Yeah, Icebox. Original Long Island iced tea.
Mix. Long Island iced tea mix.
Which there's no like iced tea here, but whatever. Vodka, triple sec, and rum. Oh, vodka, triple sec, rum, and gin. And it comes with instructions. It says ready to mix. All you have to do is add cola and lime juice.
Okay, so we don't have lime juice. We have a lime, and we have Coke. So that'll work.
Yep. And it doesn't call for a lot, so
Like half and half?
it doesn't even tell me the cola properly.
All right, fuck it. I'm in. So 4 liquors in that. It's probably stiff. I feel like we have to try
It's
it.
40%.
I feel like we have to try it before mixing.
You have to.
Yeah.
Every other drink, doesn't matter what it is.
Okay, I'm in.
But it's one of the ones that if it works, I'll buy this all summer because it's easy cheap.
Oh, yeah, what
so
does it cost?
the large one was $34.
Okay, so 28, probably American, if you can even find it in America.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a little sniff test. I'll take some ice though, please.
How's it
The
smell?
only thing I smell is vodka and triple sec. So, I don't know. That's probably a plus.
Like, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
No, it's not bad. I don't know.
Very see-through. Looks like
Yeah,
water.
it's just clear. It doesn't smell bad at all. It's definitely not something I think we should be drinking straight.
It actually kind of smells good.
I know. The triple sec kind of pulls it together. All right. Okay. See, I'm going right on the record right now. I could probably pound 8 or 10 shots of this on a hot summer's day, immediately blackout, throw up, and probably die in the lake. Like, it's good. It's not great, but it's cheap, it's strong, and it's good.
Yeah. It's hard to pinpoint those flavors, though. Like, to me, it smelled a little citrusy. It drank kind of like gin.
Yeah.
But then by the time it sits there, it's just weird.
I think it's got to be the triple sec because that's orange liqueur, is it not?
Similar, yeah.
So, I think that's where we get the citrus. I taste a little of the rum, but you're right. It does drink like a gin almost. It's not terrific by any means.
No, like you said, though, that would be a deadly shot.
Yeah.
Go down quick. You get like this
And there's no
explosion
burn.
of different flavors, kind of.
Yeah, and there's no burn. There's 0 burn to it. Okay.
Okay, what's the... I don't even know what you classify this as. It's 4 different liquors.
I'm going to call it what it is. I'm calling it a shot. I think that's
You're
a
going to
shot.
go call it a shot?
Yeah. I think as a shot, I don't know, man. I give that like a fucking 8. It was so smooth. There was no
Okay,
burn.
but I don't remember then. As a shot, then what would you give Pink Whitney?
Like an 8. I think I got him around the same.
Interesting.
Because there's no burn. The same as that Smirnoff Beach Party pink lemonade we had, whatever the hell that was. No burn in that either. I think I'm around an 8 for all of this, I think.
All I know is it's shaping up to be a fun summer, I think.
Yeah, if the bottle makes it that long.
No, not even that, though. Like, we're going to hit the liquor store by then, and it's just going to be, okay, I kind of know what I'm going for.
Yeah, we will have our taste dialed. I made a fucking mess with that lime. All right. Ooh, do we have a stir stick? You bet the guy brings a pocket knife. I love it.
You just have to now.
You need this?
Yep. Did you finish that Coke?
No. Okay.
Okay, let's see how the mixed drink goes.
I don't think I've honestly ever had a true Long Island iced tea.
Local pub here makes them, and I love them.
Really?
Like Long Island iced tea.
Interesting. All right, I'm going for it. I'm going to be having a few of those today.
Yeah.
So, is this like something you could order at a bar as, I'm going to use myself for an example, as a 6'3", 300-pound man, or will people look at you funny?
I don't know. I think that has that prejudice around it, but as a personal thing, I've tried Long Island iced teas in a few different areas, and I have no shame. Like, if you get a good one, they're so good.
Okay.
I've never really had one mixed with cola, though. Like, I don't know if that's the proper way. I've had a couple in the States where they do it kind of like their iced tea, which is just like sweet tea.
Sweet tea, yeah.
And then here, it's not quite like your powdered, but it's some form of iced tea done stiff.
Like a Nest tea or something.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
I love those. Like, the Alpine here, my favorite place for a Long Island iced tea.
Interesting. Okay. Because I'm just worried I'm going to go and they're going to look at me like I ordered a Cosmopolitan or something. You know what I mean?
Really care.
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
Well, whatever. Now that I know how good it is. Okay, so I've never had one as a mixed drink. Like, because I don't know what the hell you want to call it. This is a cocktail. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, and you'd think done a little more properly with the juice, it would just be a little sweeter.
Mm-hmm. So, do you rate this on the scale that we did, like, old fashions and stuff?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, if we're on that cocktail scale, I think I'm at, like, a 7. I don't love it. I think you're right. I think it would be better with, like, true lime juice instead of just crushing half a lime and giving it a stir.
Yeah.
But for now, I think I'm at a 7. I think that's fair. It's not ever something I think I would walk up to and order, but I don't hate it.
Do you like regular iced tea, like the juice?
Yeah, you know.
Because we've had this. Now I'm determined to bring you up there and have you try one of those just to get your opinion. But for this, I think I'm similar. I give it as a shot, probably a 7.
Yeah.
Because I think the Pink Whitney kind of stuff goes down a little smoother, even the Smirnoff one.
Yeah.
And then same thing, like it's not actually super flavorful this way.
No, it just
But
kind of tastes like weird Coke.
It just kind of goes down easy.
Yeah. Oh, super easy.
So the same thing. I'm probably 7 and a 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, yeah, it won't be a single one tonight.
Sorry. Jesus, made a mess. Okay, let's get into it. I think everybody with internet understands every Chris Rock and Will Smith meme that's been going on since the Oscars.
I thought that's all the internet was now.
I'm pretty sure. So, for anyone that hasn't seen it, I don't know if anybody hasn't actually seen it. Chris Rock was one of the hosts of the Oscars, or the host, I don't actually know. But he made a bald joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. G.I. Jane 2. The joke kind of goes a little deeper to that if you look into it. Did you know that part of it?
Which part?
With her being the second G.I. Jane. Either way, I'll explain it after. Either way, he makes this joke, calls her G.I. Jane, excited to see G.I. Jane 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Will Smith honestly laughs his ass off.
I know.
At first.
That's what makes this worse.
Will Smith laughs his ass off, looks over at his wife, and she's like rolling her eyes, fucking.
She was just not impressed.
Not impressed at all. Will Smith sees this, walks up on stage, and just slaps Chris Rock in the face.
Yes, within 10 seconds.
Yeah, like just walked up, slapped him, left. That was it. And then proceeded to sit down and yell profanities.
Yes. So he sat down, fully committed, and then yelled enough to stop all the talking, have all the cameras pointed on him, and swear at the Oscars.
Yeah, numerous times. It was 3 times?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, I want to, like, before I ask you your opinion on anything, I'm going to go into it a little deeper. So, the original G.I. Jane, I don't remember her name, but she was caught to be cheating on her husband. Like
really?
the first actress that did the first G.I. Jane. And so that's where this joke goes a little deeper with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett coming out last year, the year before, maybe.
Last year, I think, Red Table, yeah.
Yeah. About how she was either saying this is an open marriage or I'm divorcing you, basically, because she had slept with August Alsina,
Something
the
like
young
that,
rapper.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that deeper meaning comes from. I think Chris Rock knew that, kind of tossed that one in there a little bit.
And the funny thing is, and again, there's so much to this you don't know now because everyone's throwing up walls, defense, like passing liability and blame, but they're like, this wasn't on the teleprompter, it wasn't rehearsed. And like, if that's the case, and I hope it is, him doing something like that just kind of proves how witty he is as a comedian.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I hope this was real. Like, I've heard a lot, like, oh, it was fake, whatever.
Oh, no, not like that. I mean, like, just with the
his
depth
joke.
to the joke. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I think he was, that was a good one. Like, I would have had a very tough time sitting at Will and Jada's table to keep a straight face, knowing the whole situation.
No shit.
So, good for him, honestly.
Okay, so what's your reaction to this blowing up in the world?
I think it's a little outdone, and I think it makes Will Smith look like a huge bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm taking my stand. I'm going with Chris Rock on this one. Like, if you are Will Smith, whatever, like, his family's fucking wild, honestly.
Yes.
Like, if that is what sets you off to slap another man instead of, another man fucking your wife, maybe, perhaps.
Yep.
Like, maybe the priorities are backwards, Like, I understand.
Well, and my thing with this, and I don't get it, is why that was a trigger point kind of thing. Like, and I don't mean it in the lamest way of that. It's just that with all the other shit that's going on, that's what you decide to do. There's a lack of any brain power there to think about your actions before you do it. Because it's like, guess what? You're riding very high on your fame. He's very much one of the, I'd say, fewer standing A-listers out there.
Yes.
He's had an awesome few years. He survived through COVID. He's got, like, his title is what it is. And then you go on that to something that all ages watch. They've pumped it hard. They pushed the advertising.
Yeah.
This goes on. And then you just, like, to me, that was the sound of a toilet flushing as everything just fucking goes down the drain.
Yeah. And he even proceeded to win an Oscar that night.
Yes. And since then, there's stuff that's come out. And again, it's hard to say what their merit is. So as it sits, the Oscars said that when that happened, because they advertised it, that like not everyone's privy to know who's winning it.
Yeah.
So like everyone involved doesn't know that. That's null and void.
Yeah.
But he was asked to leave right after.
As you probably should have been.
Exactly. Allegedly, he refused. And again, I kind of get that from the Oscars. You're not going to make a big scene front row in the middle of your event.
Yeah, I mean, if a guy says, no, I'm not leaving, you're not going to put security directly on him.
You're just not escorting Will Smith away.
Yeah.
Regardless, I don't think his status gives him the reason to go and hit someone. But I get that you're not pausing the Oscars to escort that man out.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah.
Because that's the biggest argument. Everyone's like, oh, if it was anyone else or no name, like a streaker kind of thing, like just run up there and do that kind of shit, you guaranteed it would have been tackled.
I could see even one of like your B-list celebrities, like you see David Spade do that, 100% he's getting thrown out of the Oscars.
Yes, but again, that'll be quiet. Like you're not going to have him. He's going to come off stage, and then there's going to be two suits waiting for him.
Yeah,
you're not going to see them pulling him out of his seat front row where Will was.
Yeah, that's true.
But so anyways, that's happening. April 18th, they're having an Oscars. They're having a disciplinary hearing.
Interesting.
To figure out what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
They've already expressed he could potentially be revoked his Oscar, fined, kicked out of the Academy, like a whole list of shit. And that's it. They're meeting then to decide what happens. And then since then, Will kind of half-ass apologized in his speech to the Academy for like his actions and what happened. Didn't apologize to Chris. And then it was almost a full 24 hours later, he came out on Instagram and apologized to Chris. And up until 2 days later, he still hadn't apologized in person
Interesting.
because Chris had he started his world comedy tour a few days later from that event.
Okay, so I got a couple things I'm going to bring up. Maybe a little bit devil's advocate, but I just want to hear your opinion on it. First, if that is anyone but Chris Rock, does he slap him? Say Kevin Hart hosts the Oscars. Is he slapping him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because you know he's not doing it if the other The Rock does it,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and that's what I mean. I actually don't know.
Like I didn't know if there was any bad blood before this. Like I know Chris Rock and Jada have worked together on all the Madagascar movies.
Yeah.
Like they know each other, but I did not realize there was any bad blood. And this could have been due to potentially other bad nature with that joke. Like Jada Pinkett is losing her hair because of alopecia. So like it could be in poor taste that way. But immediately,
Again, I think the baseline of this, though, like for cutting in on that, it doesn't matter
yeah,
because, like, as far as that goes, I think it was just the stupidest action to it, and it shouldn't have happened. It doesn't matter what the joke was; you deal with that behind closed doors.
I think we have to talk about the joke though, because immediately after, the internet found an old clip of Will Smith from his Fresh Prince days making fun of a bald guy on set who had alopecia.
Okay, again, though, that's something I don't want to. That's a tightrope because it comes into the same shit that went on with Joe Rogan and other shit like the Rock that followed after and all these Twitter dig ups and like.
Yes.
I don't like touching on that.
Yeah, the internet doesn't
This
forget.
was purely because Jada had something up her ass that day, didn't like it, and for some reason that snapped into Will's head that I have to go hit this guy.
Yeah, he was laughing. She wasn't laughing. She probably said, if you don't go hit that guy, I'm fucking August again.
Like,
And then Will approach the stage, I think. Right?
that's what I mean. That was a series of events that was just stupid. Period.
Okay. So the last thing, like you said, the Oscars is going to do their disciplinary hearing soon, next week after, whatever. If it goes wrong, why doesn't Will just retire?
I think you will.
Yeah,
Like-
right?
I think already this is going to have a bad taste for him. Like, I don't see Disney handing him a contract anytime soon.
No, me either. I also don't think he needs it, really.
No, I don't either. But he's a guy that likes to work. Like, he's always had steady stuff coming out.
Yeah, that's true. And it's kind of been like a variety. Like he's all over. Like he's done the Family Man movies. He did the Fresh Prince show forever. But then he's also done like his not super serious, but he had I, Robot, I Am Legend.
Bad
Like-
boys.
Yeah, Bad Boys. Like he's kind of all over.
Yeah.
So I could see him throwing in like if he doesn't like the result, why would you come back?
No, and I agree with that. But my only counter is that I think he's very much. He trends to be a socialite. Like he's got to be
Yeah.
the focus of something, even through COVID.
He works
He wo-
because he's bored, not because he has to.
Exactly, and I think he just likes his fame.
That's fair.
Like honestly,
Yeah, I
he
can see
walks
that.
around and he just enjoys the spotlight. He's a very charismatic person for that.
Yeah, I think if Will Smith is at an event, you know he's at an event.
Yeah, and it's no different because like even when he wasn't filming, I don't know if you follow him or not, but he did this fitness thing, but partnered with YouTube. Then he did a big travel thing with YouTube. He traveled around and did a bunch of different shit. Like he's always doing something.
Yeah, did the YouTube rewind 5 years ago or whatever that
Yeah.
was. Okay. Interesting. But so where do you stand on it? Because I'm on Chris Rock. I think if that's anybody else, Will Smith doesn't do it. I think you don't slap a man after a joke. You slap a man after he fucks your wife. Like he's.
Well, it's not even that. Even with that, like again, I say this 100,000 times.
I know
in
you're
this
not. You're not
podcast.
bringing up the other stuff.
No,
but-
no. It's that like these are the definition of their industry's professionals.
Yeah, that's true. We talk about this every week. You're right.
Even if that had changed and Chris Rock had banged Jada 2 days ago and it leaked and the whole fucking building knew it,
Yeah.
you sit there, smile for the camera, and you fucking beat the shit out of him in the trailer afterwards. Whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like that's how you go about that. These guys make their money for fucking acting, so act.
Yeah. No shit. No shit.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't think that should have ever happened.
I like it.
And the dumb thing is like now I guarantee at the next Oscars you're gonna have like concert security at the front of the fucking stage.
Well, you're gonna have a "don't slap me" joke for sure. right?
I
You have
guarantee
to.
Will not be in attendance.
I don't care. We're gonna have somebody stupid again, like Peyton Manning making a bad joke like he did at the ESPYs a couple years ago. It's just gonna be terrible. Okay. In other current events, some pretty serious shit's going on. You haven't heard much about it, you were saying, because we talked earlier yesterday, I believe, about it. But the Redonda Vought case is in process, going through whatever.
Okay.
Going through all her court hearings kind of right now. Final verdict is going to be May 17th, I believe.
So it's coming up.
So it's coming up. So this is weird. It's a little serious, and I think it's something that everybody's going to relate to on some level. So Redonda Vought is was a nurse in Tennessee, Villanova, or one of the other V university hospitals.
Okay.
So a very big name hospital. In 2017, she unfortunately was responsible for the death of a patient. What happened is, allegedly, like I'm going to use that word a lot because it's not for sure. Nobody really is saying anything, and the hospital hasn't said anything. Allegedly, the hospital's medication communication system, so they have like computers and basically big ass vending machines.
It's a vending machine.
That you can get your medicine from. Usually you have to have an order, or like at least here. This is what I know here. You have to have an order. You're supposed to go through pharmacy. Like there's a lot of steps to get all your meds properly.
And it's all supposed to be heavily logged.
Yes, super heavily logged. With Redonda, she was asked to administer a sedative, which is a very mild sedative, to a 75-year-old female patient. Went into the vending machine, tried to search for this drug, whatever the hell it was called, VE something.
Yeah.
That's important. It was VE something. I don't know the proper pronunciation. She got to the computer. Allegedly, again, it was still not working incorrectly, so they did what they've been told to do by the hospital. She went into the override in the computer, which is supposed to be emergency use only.
Yeah.
Searched for the medicine by brand name, VE.
Right.
Ended up getting a wrong medicine, starting with VE. Much longer name. And it was actually a paralytic.
Okay.
So on the fucking top of the bottle, it says paralytic, cautious, whatever. Like it's got labels on it. She ended up administering that drug to this 75-year-old patient, and obviously that lady passed.
Okay.
So she's going to trial right now for, I don't think it's murder. They kind of dumbed it down to negligent manslaughter, I believe. Because, yes, she did administer the wrong drug, but she's trying to say that she did admit, she said, yes, that person died because of me.
Yeah.
But she shouldn't be held accountable because of everything else that was happening with the computers.
Right.
So what I'm trying, like, I think everyone can kind of relate to is how often are you at a job and somebody says, well, this isn't working properly right now. We're just going to do it this way for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
No shit.
That's where it comes into. It's like, so the hospital has not said, yes, we've had computer problems. They will not speak on it. That's it. They're keeping their mouth shut.
That's their big expensive lawyers.
Yes. But I want to repeat it. How often do you, like, even in our jobs, like, we don't handle anything to this magnitude at all. But how often is it, that's not working right now. We're going to do it this way until it's fixed.
Well, we have a piece of machinery that we call the random number generator.
Exactly. So, like, even I can remember at my first job at fucking Tim Hortons, it's like, the till's not working right. I need a manager to type in their code. And it's like, no, you don't. You can just do it this way. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm 17 or 16 at the time, whatever the hell it was. And I'm just kind of passing the buck to the next guy.
Well, exactly. Yeah. When you're training the next guy, you have the same issue. Guess what? It's just easier where your manager's dealing with whatever shit show.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, do it this way.
Yeah. And things get passed. And Redonda did admit that. She said, I just kind of got into the habit. Mm-hmm. That's what she said. She got into the habit of doing that, and that's what she did. The thing that most people are thinking is going to lose her this case is she admitted, she said, I administered the medication without looking at the bottle.
See, and up until the story, I was kind of leaning on the side of like she's at fault, but I understand that. But admitting that is brutal, and I think that you have to take responsibility for that because like even knowing the nurses we do, like it's stressed. It's like there's a triple fucking check for meds.
Yes.
And it's like depending on what it is, especially if you're green, you get it checked off by someone else. Like someone else has to lay eyes on that before you administer shit like that.
Yeah.
So that I think kind of loses you.
And
I do
No,
get
you're-
that. Like I don't know how old she is, but like even a 20-year nurse, like it's what you just said. You build into those patterns and you don't think about it.
yeah.
But it's stressed in every new job you go to. People laugh at me for saying this, but like complacency is a brutal thing.
Yes, and that's what she said. She just got complacent. And I don't know exactly, if I had to guess, at the time of the event, she was around 30.
Yeah.
I don't actually know how old she is, but not like a 50-year veteran nurse, like not anything to that magnitude. But so she lost her license immediately, obviously, like they did their, or no, sorry, not immediately. It was 2 years after, but
Right.
3 years prior to this trial. So 2017, that happened. They swept it under the rug, whatever. It was an accident. Something happened. An anonymous tip.
I was gonna say, so how did this come to light?
Yeah, an anonymous tip allegedly came in, gave them that, and that's when the investigation started. So as soon
That
as
sounds fishy, especially like when you think the scale of like U.S. hospital politics.
yeah, so that happened in 2019. She ended up losing her license then, lost her job then in 2019, and then now at the beginning of 2022, she's on trial for this. They're trying to charge her with 2 counts. One is negligent manslaughter, I believe. I don't know the other one. But long story short, she's facing 3 to 6 years in prison, like straight up the pen.
Right.
Is that going too far? Because I know, like, even nurses here, you're supposed to have.
She was 35 at the time.
Okay, so probably a 10-year nurse. 35 at the time, probably a 10-year nurse, I would imagine.
Yep.
So I know even nurses here, like, you have your insurance and stuff, and the hospital is supposed to have your back. But the hospital just hung her out to dry on this one.
Well, and that's why I'm curious to be like where this tip came from, what did it? Because like you get the hospital on that. I don't think, to me, like that's something they'd sweep under the rug unless they were prompted for a reason to bring this up like that.
So now that's what I thought too, was maybe the victim's family came. They're like, hey, something happened.
Yeah.
Right? That's my guess, is that they did send the anonymous tip. But now 3 years later, they're going through all this. They're going to trial, whatever. I don't know if this is confirmed, but I did read that the victim's family does not want to see her in jail. Like,
Oh, really?
Like, yes, they agree she should not be practicing nursing. She didn't check her meds, whatever. Like, yes, this is 100% her fault, but they don't want to see her in prison because, like everybody does, you make mistakes, you get complacent.
Right.
So, where are you on this? Like, this is very new to you. I just hit you with a shitload of information. But that's why I want to know, like, because we know nurses, like you said, we understand how it works here. It is a little different than America, obviously.
My big thing with it is I don't like, if that's the case, that they're pushing like that it's just like waiting to be lynched kind of thing. It's like this happened.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
what it is.
Good luck. For the same reason, it's like, yes, you go into nursing. It's not an easy job. Like that's the thing. You hold people's lives in your hands. It's not
Every
just
day.
a fucking doctor's thing. Like the nurses do it more often than not, or more often than doctors, I would say, in that sense. Like
I agree.
administering all this shit.
Yep.
So to have that, like to not have, whether it's unionized or not, but like speaking for here, to have your union stand for you, to have your like health administration stand for you, all this stuff, to where it's like now you're fighting your own employers, lawyers kind of thing. Like that's brutal.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
get to the point too, where again, it's that process may be flawed, but is designed with nothing but safeties so that they can protect themselves from this kind of shit. So in the same thing, I just contradicted what I said. So it's like the company's like, well, that big fucking shiny $3 label was on top of it.
Yeah, and it was, they did bring like pictures of the bottle to court, and you can see right on the top where you stick the syringe in, it says caution paralytic on it.
Yeah.
So even if you don't read the label, you have to line up that needle so you don't poke yourself in the hand, right?
Well, that's what I mean. So I think to do with that, I kind of hope, is this like, what are they dealing with this? Is this the jury or something? I was just reading because the people are saying the DA is trying to try this in criminal court, which is where it's been, and they're saying that it should be in medical misconduct court or something like that.
Yes. I have no idea if it's going to a jury or not. I haven't been able to read that much into it. Like I've only told you what I've been able to find and what I've been able to read.
So I think at face value with this, I think she should get whatever the justice system gives her fairly. Like, I hope that it's not something to hang her out, and that this, in turn from that, because, like, to me, she is guilty for what she did because of complacency. That's a choice.
Yes, and she admitted that.
And I just hope the fix from this is you see some radical change to change that.
In the hospital system.
Yes.
Yes. And I agree. And like I said, she has admitted, yes, that patient is no longer here because of me. I did that. But I think I agree that this will set huge precedences for hospitals all over North America. I would hope.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know even with what we know and the nurses we know here, there's a lot of shit that just goes, oh, that's broken. We do it this way for now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that happens here. We know that happens. We know that happens in every job.
Yeah.
And apparently, there's no fucking liability. Well, at least the hospital is trying to say there's no fucking liability on them. They're denying that this problem with the computer ever happened.
Yeah, because there's no different than, honestly, it's like if she couldn't get that med, went through her proper channels, like, I can't administer anything until we get this fixed. And I get it was a sedative, but if it was some other semi-emergency
yeah.
thing,
What if that was a life-saving drug?
then it's like, guess what? You went the proper channels, timed out. This person died. And then, like, I get it. You're in that situation. It's not your fault, but then you get to blame the hospital. And guess what? They lawyer up, pay their money, and it's done.
Yeah. And I think you're totally right. I think in a different situation, like, say somebody's, I don't know, having an allergic reaction, right? And you don't have a fucking note for an EpiPen. Like, this is obviously very dumbed down.
Well,
But
my question, though, actually, for that is, like you said, even like this, it has this bypass for emergency function. So if this was an emergency function and she did this because she was rushing, is it the same outcome?
what if it works, though?
But no. But even if they needed that sedative to level out the heart rate, blah, 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 this happens. Same exact thing, but it was all done under emergency circumstance. Like, oh, this is happening because I was rushing. I had to bypass, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if this was actually an emergency circumstance. She did get told by a doctor, go get this drug and administer it. So I would imagine it was kind of important at the time. Like, I don't know at all.
No, exactly. It's just, again, it's becoming a thing. I can't even say, like, wrong place, wrong time, because she put herself there. It's just a bad series of events that has caused this issue to come to light in the way that it did.
Yes, absolutely. So, I don't, like, it's weird, and like we said earlier, this is going to set huge precedences, and I think it's going to change the way a lot of nurses look at this. Like, I think a lot of nurses are going to stand on the opposite side of what she did, but stand with her, right? They're going to be like, somebody will say, hey, go get me this drug and administer it. And they'll be like, nope, I need you to write that order down. I need proper codes. I need proper clearance. I'm not just going to go grab the drug.
Yeah.
I want to do this by the fucking book, just to cover their ass.
No, and, like, honestly, that's the way that it should be.
100%. That's the way it should be done every time. But like you said, complacency is a killer.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, no, fair enough. I'll be curious to see what happens when this, like, whatever it is, the jury comes in on it.
Yeah. Whatever happens May 13th.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pour another drink. It was a little bit of a heavy topic. I ended up drinking all my drink. What do we got? You want to move into sports right away?
I think so. Just to get this over with, I want to tear the Band-Aid off. You got NCAA up here. Let's hear what's going on.
Okay, so we just finished up the Final Four today.
Okay.
So next weekend is the men's final. So next weekend we have University of North Carolina against Kansas.
Okay.
So Kansas was ranked number 1 in their conference. I guess you call it region, I think they call it.
Yeah.
They should be there. Absolutely. I agree. Great. UNC is the 9 seed coming out of their region, and they just beat Duke, the 2 seed, today
That's
to go to the
awesome.
finals. So I'm fucked because I didn't have either of these teams even making the Final Four. I really wanted Duke to win the game today against UNC because their head coach is retiring after 48 years or something.
Jesus.
Yeah. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Like, he's coached the men's Olympic team. He's coached numerous college, what the hell do you call it? Championship teams. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Like, he has done it all. One of the greatest college resumes of all time. And he's finally retiring after this year. I really wanted him to win after I saw that he broke my bracket.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because he did. I didn't have them in the Final Four. I had Kentucky, so they came out of that instead.
So what I'm really taking away from this, though, is you fucking suck at March Madness this year.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't even know if I'll do a bracket next year. My team didn't even make the Final Four. Like I said last week, I had Gonzaga winning.
Yeah.
They didn't even make the Final Four. And the other team that I had losing to Gonzaga didn't even make the fucking Elite Eight.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I don't know. I like to think I know the sport, but, man, it just upsets me every year. Like, I'm just terrible. That's all it is.
So who's going to win?
I would like to say UNC, North Carolina, because I like that school. I like the history of that school. Like, that was Michael Jordan's school.
Oh, okay.
Great program. As a 9 seed coming into the final game, beating good teams, I'd like to see them win. But Kansas today beat the 2 seed Villanova by 16 points.
I was going to ask, like, how their game went.
Yeah, they fucking handled the 2 seed from the other region. So I really don't see UNC winning at all, to be honest. I would like them to, but I don't see it. So, whatever. I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm going to say it right now. Kansas is going to win next week. And then in 2 weeks when we do a podcast, we'll have a fucking UNC banner hanging behind me, and I will be hanging my head in shame. Because that's how this year's going for me.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I can get on board with that.
Okay, perfect. So let's move on from that. We've got golf right now.
We do. Right now, this weekend, Valero, Texas Open is going on.
Yeah, so we just concluded the Saturday round, so tomorrow will be the final round.
Yes, and again, like I said before this, I don't have a ton of information on this. I got to watch a lot of it. It's been good golf, actually, but it's been good golf from people
That you don't expect good golf from?
I wouldn't even say like you don't expect it. It's just like being someone that's here to watch it like that. You want it to You're watching golf like that to watch these people you want to watch, like the big names you know.
Yeah.
I'm not a diehard golf guy that I know all these other people to the point where I'm like, oh, this guy's good. I want to see us play. Like, I want to see how he's swinging the club.
Yeah, we don't
blah, blah,
know
blah.
like all the up and comers or like the guys breaking off the Corn Ferry Tour or like we're not that deep into it.
Exactly. And so I just wanted to point out Bryson
Yeah.
finished +5 today, cut.
Holy shit.
Kelly Craft, I know him a little bit. I've been watching him. +6, cut.
Okay. Rory, how do you do?
Rory, where'd you go? Ricky Fowler, +2, cut.
Yeah.
Champ,
Cut.
+1, cut. Rory, +1, cut.
Did DJ play this week?
He did not.
Okay. So,
The biggest name that like we know in that sense that like you want to see play was Spieth, and he tied for the cut line.
so he made it.
He did make it.
Okay.
Spieth is even.
So he's like the only quote unquote big name that made the cut line, basically.
Well, okay, not quite. Finau made it.
He's good. I don't call him a huge.
We
fan.
have a mixed feelings about him.
Yeah.
And then So yesterday we were watching. Palmer was leading after day 1 at -9, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
So
Crazy
today
round.
he came in, finished -5, tied 21.
Holy hell.
It
So it was a tough day. today.
was a tough day. And then right now in first is Fratelli. I don't know this person.
Whatever. So
Dylan Fratelli at -10.
are we surprised? Because this was Bryson's return. You and I had talked about it before.
Yes, it was.
Are we surprised that he didn't make the cut?
It depends on what you buy into it. Like the downside for me, I'm not a professional golfer, but I don't know how much. I think it would be different if we really knew the extent of his injury. But it's been he was hush hush about it. He didn't really say what he did. It came out as like I fell, and then that translated into missing 2 days or 2 months of golf.
Yeah.
Him actually not him. His close group saying now that he might have to go for surgery and shit like that on top of it. Like I
think
don't.
that's a weak ass excuse.
I don't quite understand what's happening with it. So I don't know. I don't know if he's just trying to buy into that with crappier golf, if he's just that rusty. Because the thing is, he's still been doing other press stuff. He's been doing fun, dumb shit at home with chipping into ping pong.
I mean, he just did a fucking all sports golf battle with the Dude Perfect boys.
But that's what I mean. So I don't know where he's at with that headspace.
I don't buy into the fact that he's still injured. I think he just came out this week and played shit golf.
And fair enough. You're entitled to that because it's no different. He's more of a fucking TikTok golfer. In that
He's a trick shot guy.
He is, but I mean, you're here for that younger crowd.
Yeah.
When if you're gonna argue good golfers and bullshit like that, then guess what? Your favorite Rory didn't make the cut either.
Yeah. Well, but I think, like you're saying, kind of for the younger crowd, Bryson is big with the younger crowd because of his TikTok thing, like you said.
Yeah.
But another young guy that is, I would say, on the very opposite of that would be Spieth, like you said.
Yeah, he's very official.
He is there to golf. He's not really there to chip into cups or...
He's there to meet his Under Armour requirements.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You got me. You got me. That's fair. Okay, so I can't even make a prediction on who's going to win tomorrow because I don't know anybody in the top 10.
Yeah, no, I don't know them well enough.
Yeah,
to
we're
do
not
that.
we're not talking about the top 10. We're talking about the bottom 150. I'm a little surprised that Rory didn't make the cut just because he's been all over the media lately with the Phil stuff that we've talked about. He did do some stuff with the boys from Foreplay. He's been helping with the team, tailor-made coaching, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
He's what I thought was getting ready to play some very good golf.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is everyone's pushing because of that. He's been very much in the press lately. And guess what? Out of all the big names that you know and expect, he's one of the 3 guys that still doesn't have a green jacket. And that's coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
So why would you go here and play that rather than be in Augusta or something, practicing to be ready for that? Everything you got into it.
Yeah, I agree. And how many years will he be able to really compete for a green jacket? Because we have seen him fall off.
I say Tiger's still doing it.
We don't know. Is he coming back this weekend? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that right now.
My money's yes.
You think he makes his return?
I hope so badly that they keep it quiet. They're like, oh, this person couldn't make it, and filling in for him is Tiger Woods.
Yeah, it'll be nothing on Instagram, nothing anywhere, and then it'll be now joining at the 101 tee time.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Not in a feature group or fuck all. Just put him out there. Give her.
Oh, man. I don't see it. I think he still cares a little too much to just go in. Because I'm going to call it. He's going to go into this tournament rusty if he does come back for the Masters.
But how do you know that? He's been swinging clubs now for 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
You can't tell me the guy that's got a fucking sim in every one of his personal houses, gets free golf on any course that he goes to, can't be in prime playing shape within 2 or 3 months like that.
But do we really know the extent of that leg injury?
No, but
that's what worries me.
To me, it's now or never. He said he was expecting to play this year, so what's the difference between now and 2 months from now? You're still gonna have
rehab time.
You're gonna have the same mental thing. I don't know. I don't buy that.
Physical rehab time is the difference you're looking for there.
I'm saying the accident was long enough. I'm not saying he's 100%. I don't think he'll ever be 100% again.
No, I don't think you can after that kind of an accident.
But also, I think why not do that the best way that you can? Because if you come in and you play middle of the pack, even if you don't make the cut, it's like I came back for the fans, for the sport. Spin it to your narrative.
Yeah, you win it, it's a Cinderella story. You lose it,
There's no negative to
it's
that.
because you're hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. This is really something that will go off. You can't fail.
Exactly.
Like, even if you do fail, you can't fail.
He's probably going to go out there, hand whoever wins the trophy in his own green jacket kind of thing.
Now, do you think they'll do Tiger, or do you think they'll let Hideki do it? Because Hideki won last year.
I know he did. I don't know.
I have not.
It'll
heard
be
him.
the two of them. Tiger will be standing up front.
Yeah.
He will be front center of cameras.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you think Tiger's making the return. Do you honestly think he wins it?
No.
Who do you have winning it? Because I don't have Tiger winning it if he even comes back.
I actually don't know.
No, you don't have, like, not even. Who do you want to win it? Who is one guy that you're like, I want that guy in a green jacket?
Again, I think he's too outclassed, but I think he's still too young. Eventually, I'd like to see Bryson.
Interesting. Not who I thought you were going to say.
Mine's just, it's not, I don't know.
Okay.
I up until recently, I would have said Rory, but with all his press and his high horse shit, I'm not a fan anymore.
Yeah, the whole I'm better than Phil thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. Like, I don't have like a fan favorite golfer right now anymore. I relate more to Bryson because I enjoy his content. Like, I like to watch him.
Yeah, and he's a people person, like you said. Like, we see him on YouTube all the time, see him on TikTok all the time. Like, he's fun.
That's what I mean. As far as it goes, like, I'm not even a diehard Tiger fan. I respect his legacy
Yeah,
in
you
it.
have to respect greatness, and that's all that comes down to.
So it's the same thing. Like, if I could pick anything for this one, I want Tiger to come back, blow everyone away, fucking win it, and then announce his full-on retirement.
Oh, wow.
Like, simple as that. Drop the mic.
Okay. Holy, I didn't think you were going that far with it.
Yeah, that would be the perfect situation.
Okay.
Because then he
Wow.
can come back, and he's like, I'm committing every resource I have to coaching Charlie.
Yeah, because we're going to see that kid in a green jacket.
Oh, guaranteed.
Like 15, 20 years from now, that kid will be in a green
And I
jacket.
hope it's before Daly Jr.
I hate you. Okay. So we're going to stick with golf, but we're going to kind of spin this a little bit. We had our first 2 golf rounds this weekend.
We did.
April 1st, our local par 3 shit pitch and putt opened up. It's a little longer than a pitch and putt. Longest being 160.
Yeah.
How do you feel coming into this year?
I'm excited for it.
Because we caught the bug, I don't know, a month and a half ago.
Yeah. And it's one where, like, we've got other stuff lined up for this year, so it's not like we were jumping to get to a bigger course early.
Yeah.
So I think starting with this, like, April 1st, we played in the snow.
What a joke that was. Yeah, we honestly played full 18 holes with snow falling to the ground.
And a hurricane.
What a fucking joke.
So, like, in that sense, it doesn't matter, though, because I still enjoyed that. I enjoyed both our days, and it just gets me amped up. The only thing now is it's very restrictive play to the point where, like, I'm eager to get out on a bigger course now and see what happens.
Yeah, this, like, yes, it helped itch it, but it did not did not get what I needed. Like, it was just enough to be like, holy fuck, I gotta golf now.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's the same thing. Like, we did it quite a bit last year. Last year was a good learning year for both of us.
Oh, man.
It's just like hard-lined it for me that this will be another learning year. It's going to be lots of games, no scorekeeping, and, like, if we have time when we play, like, during the day, like we can,
play 2 balls.
repeat the shots or work on it, drop a ball, go again, like, work on the fundamentals and stuff like that.
Yeah, try different shit, right? Like, on a hole that usually you just hit driver because we're out there hitting driver, maybe see if you go hybrid pitching wedge in instead of driver wedge. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Or very good example. Par 4, like, don't try and kill it to the green.
Yeah, like
And
on a 330 par 4, honestly, 1 out of 200 drives, you and I are going to drive the green.
Yes.
However, we should probably hit hybrid, right? Like, I think that's where we are in our games.
No, and that's just it. I think this year is going to come down to just more think before you hit rather than maximize yardage and fucking hope I don't butcher my putting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be huge. So let's talk about that this year then, or right now. Your dead set goal right now. Like if you had to pick a part of your game, you would say, this is where I want to shave strokes this year. Where are you?
Driver.
Interesting.
I have to get consistency out of my driver.
Now, do you want consistency as in hitting fairways, or do you want consistency as in keeping it in bounds? Where are you? Or where do you think you are?
I
'Cause
want
we
to get
haven't
my
hit
game
driver
to
yet.
fairways.
Yeah.
Like I want to play, even if I have to shave off 30 yards of my driver.
Yeah. Maybe work on tempo a little more.
Exactly. I want clean striking, controlled play in a fairway.
Find the fucking center of the club face.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
I have to. I know that will be the biggest change to my game if I can get successful on that.
Yeah. I think that's in a shave.
So where's yours?
I think I'm kind of at the same spot. Like these last 2 days were kind of my first couple swings. Like I got a new set of irons this year. Didn't get to play them all winter. Like that feels really good already. Just in my, well, we only fucking used 3 clubs today, 8-9 pitching wedge.
Mm-hmm.
But they felt really good, so I'm not concerned with those. I think I'm kind of at the same spot. I need to figure out the top end of the bag. I got to get 3-wood and driver, not even meshing, but at least trying to knit a pair of socks, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I got to get something going on, and I don't think I have it at all. But who knows? We haven't hit driver yet. We might
That's
come into this
exactly it.
awesome.
Yeah. When I think it's the mentality, like when you can give up the ego of not trying to outdrive everyone you're golfing with, your game changes a lot right there.
Oh, so much. You and I would play so much better golf if we left our drivers and 3-woods in the fucking truck.
Yeah.
If we played a hybrid through wedge, we would probably break 90 fairly consistently.
Yep.
But right now, we struggle to fucking shoot a 93.
Yeah, that's a good day right now.
Yeah, like that, I would be so content hitting a 93 at our home track.
Because I think realistically, they're on an honest try hard day. It's probably, I guarantee I lose 5 strokes to tee shots.
Yeah, blast them out of bounds.
Yeah.
Or not even that, you just blast them behind a tree.
Just anything like that. It's just it's a wash.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. We're both, I think, at the same spot then. Top end of the bag needs work.
Yes. Yeah, without doubt.
Okay. Last thing in sports. Bruce Arians is retiring, you say?
Yes. So Tom Brady comes out of retirement.
Yeah, his brief month and a half retirement.
Even if it was 2 months, whatever. And then their head coach a week later says he's retiring. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Do you think Tom had anything to do with it?
I don't know. I think he has to have.
Right? You think he's like, I'm coming back, but he's not fucking coaching me.
And I don't. It's hard to read between the lines on that because they do PR very well. It's just like him and Belichick. It's at face value, there's a good relationship there all the time. He's like, I thank you, thank the manager, thank the ownership, thank the head coach for my awesome season, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but this is fishy.
Yeah.
Your best shot at another Super Bowl comes back. You get to try again, but you're going to retire. And I could be completely off base here, and he could be like older, like wants to save his family life. He could be on the edge of a divorce. You never know.
I don't think so. Like,
The weird thing is, and just for the fine print here, so he's retiring as head coach, but he's not retiring. He's
Yeah, he's
moving into front office.
that's why I don't think this is something like you're saying with his personal life. I don't think this is to save a family. I don't think this is to save a marriage. I think this is Tom coming back saying, we lost last year because of the head coach.
I don't know. I
That
kind of hope not, because that kind of ruins the team dynamic, especially like that reflects to your team that Tom comes back and he owns it.
we fucking knew Tom owned them years ago. Jesus. As soon as he signed with the Buccaneers, we're like, oh, good. Tom wants to do something over in Florida this year.
Yeah.
We knew what he was doing. And with the absolute gong show of a season with Antonio Brown and the drama with the head coach there,
Yeah.
we knew that this is the Tom Brady show. It doesn't fucking matter who you are. Bill Belichick knows it was the fucking Tom Brady show.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there.
Like,
But I don't know. And of course, you're never ever going to see that. Like, it's not the real reason here is never going to come to
we
light.
will never know. And I hope it's not like that because I'd like to see Tom as a kiss his son on the mouth family man kind of guy.
Okay.
Well,
I know. You just couldn't let that rest.
because you don't fucking do that. Not with a fucking 9-year-old or whatever the hell it was. You don't fucking do that. It's weird as shit. But like, I don't want to blame Tom because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, Tom got his head coach to fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a bad kind of omen to put out there. But that's kind of the only reason I could see this guy moving from head coach.
But did they
to
own up to that? So it's like, let's say they come back, win it this year. Do you attribute that strictly to Brady? Do you pass the buck on to the new head coach?
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a little bit of both. But like you said, we'll never know. But let's look at it from Arian's perspective. Do you think ownership was just like, hey, we will give you more money because we like you to go to front office?
And see,
Because that's the other side of this.
that's very true. And if that's the case, I respect him for doing that because he is an older guy now. And if that's the case,
take
it's like,
a payout.
here's your 4-year extension. You get more money and you get a nice fucking corner office.
Yeah, you can watch from the box every weekend, and you don't have to yell at anybody.
Yeah.
That,
Here's your, it's like your retirement gift.
yeah, that is a fucking signing bonus before you leave.
So, and honestly, regardless of that, I don't see him being stressed out doing something crazy in the office. So I hope that works out for him.
Yeah, me too.
Especially
I'd like
for,
to
I
see it.
guarantee the last 2 years weren't easy. Like, you have to bring in this new QB. He's got his demands because the team did reshape around him.
Absolutely. I mean,
So
you don't
it's
bring
like-
Gronk out of retirement for nothing.
That's what I mean. Like, it wasn't by any means probably, like, it was definitely a stressful 2 years.
Yeah. Speaking of, have we heard from Gronk yet this year?
No, nothing yet.
Because he's going to play again, right?
I think he has to
I
now.
think he has to. I feel like Tom called him. He's like, hey, by the way, I'm on retiring, and you're playing another year.
Yeah, he was probably one of the first one.
Yeah, he knew before Instagram knew. He knew before Giselle knew. Like, that's how far I'm going to take this. But I don't think we've heard from him.
Rob Gronkowski expects to play for the Bucks sometime in 2022 because I think he's still dealing with injuries.
Yeah, a couple upper body injuries, I believe.
Yeah, he got rid of the last
Whatever
half
it
of the
was.
season.
Yeah.
So there you go. We expect to see him back.
Okay, so before we move on, what do you expect from the Buccaneers?
I don't know. I just hope it's another good run. Like, I'm not a big
Jesus Christ. Come on, what do you expect from the Buccaneers?
just playoff contention. I don't
Yeah.
think they'll win.
No, I don't think they'll win either. I think second round is very realistic.
If anything, like, we all know the Broncos are going to win.
Okay, so let's move on. So we've got we talked about it briefly last week, and we finally had a chance to really kind of deep dive in the last couple days. Going into video games, Fortnite removed building, and it is now a battle of game sense and aim, kind of, unless you can find one of the tanks.
It's really hard to aim in a fucking tank. Just kidding.
So let's talk about it. Fortnite removed building. How do you feel about that part by itself? Like, imagine the game, no tanks,
It's
no building.
fun, but it's not Fortnite. Like, I've died multiple times now, getting shot in the back, turn around, and it's instinctive to build before you shoot.
Yeah, you try and put up a 1x1 because you need an area.
And it's like, oh wait, the same thing. Like, actually, I was noticing this yesterday when we were playing. When you're running around the map, you used to not care. You had to, like, run, slide, jump, avoid getting picked, like just a little bit of head bobbing.
yeah,
And then it didn't matter because you could build and you could reestablish, rethink from there. Now you're, like, thinking about map awareness. Don't go through the big field. You got to think about trees, hills, high ground, all that shit. Same thing like we seen yesterday when the storm's moving in and you pin yourself on high ground. There's no way for them to get to you.
no, and yeah, like you said yesterday, there's a lot of times you have to run through the storm because there's nothing you can fucking do. Like, you can't build up. There's no sweet little run boost you can do. Like, even in CSGO, you can fucking jump on your teammate's head and then jump up on something.
Yeah.
Fortnite doesn't have that. Fortnite added a new vaulting system and a new sprint system,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work to climb hills. It doesn't work to climb trees. Like, so if you're not in a building, it's completely useless.
It is. And
Arguably.
I believe today building is back.
Yes, today building came back, but they kept the no build mode.
Oh, did they?
So if you still want no build, you can pick no build.
See, and I was expecting it maybe. I haven't played yet, but I was hoping that when they did it, it would be like certain parts of the map you could build in, and then like it would cut off in other areas,
I think we're going to see that still.
because that would be sweet.
Because we still, like, on your mini map, you still have the big red
The
outlines. You
areas,
have the
yeah.
big blue outlines. I think we're going to see that. Like, I think you're onto something there.
I hope that that's a build thing,
Yeah, that will be terrible. I will hate that for sure.
because then like that's what I mean. You have to have mats. By the end of that, the end game gets into a place that's no build.
Yeah, where does the circle go?
Like that. I think that would be fun. I hope they do something like that.
That would be cool.
And I hope that they get rid of tanks as fast as fucking possible.
Well, we know that won't happen because they love gimmicks. So let's talk about that. I think Epic just likes to fuck with the fan base.
Oh, guaranteed. Why not, though?
Because we have not seen an update without some sort of stupid fucking gimmick. I mean, the last update before this, it was those Spider-Man gloves.
Yep. And then the UFOs.
Yeah, the UFOs before that. Like, there is always something stupid. Why? Right? That's all I can say. It's just why, because it pisses me off so badly.
My feel for that and like what it does to the game, though, is I think it's because like they need it to feel kind of cartoonish.
Because it's still a kid's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, do you think they did this at the right time, though? Because, like we've talked about, Apex is Apex, and only Apex players play Apex. Let's be real here.
Yes.
That is a very specific BR, and you have to enjoy Apex to play Apex.
Yes.
Warzone is in complete shambles right now. It's the fucking worst I've ever seen it since, like, release, honestly.
Yeah.
I hate Caldera. Even Rebirth Island.
Everyone's been switching to Rebirth because they hate it so much.
Exactly. So that game honestly is in shambles.
Yeah.
I would say. Is this a good time for Fortnite to do this? 100%.
I think I guarantee it, because I guarantee with that what just happened, I bet you they use this as like a research and development. They brought in, I guarantee, a ton of Call of Duty players. And
we've
everyone,
seen even streamers come back now.
well, that's what I mean. Everyone that I've talked to, even like of our friend group that's like, fuck Fortnite, building bullshit, like I'll go play COD. A couple of them now have tried it and they like it.
Yeah.
So now they'll do that. They have, let's say they got 100 new players. They're going to deal with this. And now that the building's gone, they're going to see the fluctuate. And then I think it's just going to help them shape the game in the future. I think this is more of a learning tool than anything.
So,
At a time when you could poach the maximum amount of players.
yeah. And that I think that they are poaching quite a few. I've read it, but it's never been confirmed by Epic. This will be a forever thing. There will always be a no build mode if you want it.
Which, again, I think comes into what we talked about last time. I don't like as much because I feel like it's going to become an unpopulated server kind of thing. You're going to get on there and there's just going to be nothing but sweats.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I mean, I can't build worth shit. Like, let's be honest. If you and I play Fortnite, like, you are going to outbuild me 100 times out of 100. I'll guarantee it.
Yes.
However, I like to think that I've got better aim than, like, even than you. I'm going to say it right now. I like to think I've got better gunplay than you and than most of the kids that we end up playing against.
Yeah.
But I can't build worth shit.
Well,
So-
I know, but like even that is an example because I can admit to that. I'll disagree a little bit when it comes to a sniper rifle.
Oh, I won't even carry one.
But that's why, like, I personally draw more to Fortnite. I put the time in. I learned that way back when, and it makes me a more confident player. Like, that's why I
Yeah.
enjoy playing it.
That's fair. And I'm on the total opposite where if Fortnite gets rid of no build and Warzone ever becomes a decent fucking game again, I'll go play Call of Duty.
No, and fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
and I still do like Call of Duty for that idea, but I miss honest competitive Call of Duty.
I'm hoping it comes back this year.
Yeah,
It's-
that's all I can ask for.
It's already been said that they're doing Modern Warfare the second,
Yeah.
and honestly, Modern Warfare 1, Modern
The
Warfare
new one,
2018,
yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to call it, was very competitive. That was one
But
of the
see,
best
and that's what I
years.
mean, though. I would prefer to play Call of Duty in that competitive level than in a BR.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, plain and simple.
Absolutely. Like an old school S&D, like I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, game battle shit all day long.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page because if this new Call of Duty sucks as well, I'll probably lose it. I'll sell the PC. I don't know.
You're full of shit.
3080 Ti for
Yeah.
sale for sure. Okay, so one last thing we just got to talk about because we're excited about it. It's not even on the list. Tiny Tina's Wonderland Borderlands spinoff.
Yes.
We're getting it. We talked about it.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Not a lot, but that's on
Me
purpose.
either.
I'm
Yeah.
trying. I know these games, like, I don't want to see cutscenes. I don't want to see, like, snippets for audio and stuff. I'm a big Borderlands player, and, like, Tiny Tina's probably my favorite character.
The Fair.
So now that this game's come out, it's a very interesting mechanic. It's very true to the vibe,
Yep.
and it's reviewing awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it is just a Borderlands game. However, there's never been a bad Borderlands game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I would easily put Tiny Tina as my third favorite character, and I'm super stoked for this game.
Yep. I am too. I think that's the thing. We'll get it coming up, and you'll hear it probably maybe not the next episode, but the one after.
Yeah, I think we got to really, like, I don't really want to talk about this game until we beat this game. Because you and I will, 100%. You and I are going to sit down. It's going to take us probably 4 days, and we're just going to bang this entire game out.
Yep.
That's what we do. But I don't want to half-ass this review because I think it's going to be, it's my contender for Game of the Year already.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it that high just because Borderlands has never made a bad game. My expectations for Call of Duty aren't huge. Elden Ring, whatever. We didn't even play it. It's not.
I can admit it. I don't have the time
Yeah.
for that fucking game.
We don't grind games anymore
Yeah.
like we used to. We have lives. So this is going to be my personal
We don't
contender.
even have lives. We have golf.
Well, whatever. Count it. But this is going to be my contender for personal game of the year. Not necessarily whatever
No.
fucking
Fair enough.
IGN says, but this could be my number one.
And I have high hopes to see it sometime this year. Is Fable?
Ooh, good call. Okay. Fable could be up there.
Yeah.
Good call. Love it. Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. I totally forgot about that game. Fuck. Damn it. We'll see how it goes in a couple months. Okay. So, as opposed to that, I think we're done. That is today's episode. We actually had a decent drink.
Yeah.
I had zero hope for this when you brought it out today.
Yeah.
It
It turned out better than expected, to be honest.
anytime you see a ready to mix label in a plastic bottle with a bright yellow label, it's just like, oh god, this feels like high school.
I do.
College, because we're all legal age when we drink.
Right. I do. I want to try this mixed with iced tea now. Actually.
I think if you did iced tea and like proper like squeezed limes, like lime juice,
Yeah.
not just huck half a lime in, I think it'd be very good.
We'll revisit this one come summertime.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be one we do from the dock.
Yep.
All right.
We're gonna have a doc special, and it's gonna be like all these summertime ones.
It's just gonna be
revisit.
us getting hammered for 2
Yeah.
hours. All right. We appreciate everybody hanging out every week. We are active Twitter, sometimes Instagram when cool shit happens.
Yep.
Definitely Twitter. We're in the Discord a lot more. We've kind of coming back into it. If we're not golfing, we're playing games.
Exactly.
So we're doing
Getting
that.
back to the fundamentals.
Yeah. YouTube is still fucking with us a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it always will. I don't know.
Regardless, it gets out there a day or two after, so no worries.
Yeah. I'm never going to guarantee a Sunday release now. We are always a Sunday or Monday.
It's a Sunday on Spotify, guaranteed.
Yeah. But if you're a YouTube guy, Monday at the latest.
Yeah.
Okay, we appreciate everybody hanging out. We will keep everybody updated. And like always, if you hear anything you want us to talk about, you want to make fun of us, join the Discord, and you can actually just talk shit live.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys later.
Until next time.